It's not going bad.
That thing to the white meat, babe.
It hurt.
It burn a little bit. What it do, YTZ?
Fucking scratch it off.
What's up, YTZ? Today, what I got for him today, babe? I got a little story time.
You want me to tell the truth or be shady? I was ready to say nuts.
All right, y'all see what y'all know what I go through on a daily basis, so I ain't even gotta say nothing about them little remarks, but yeah. Anyway,
Hey, stop. Stop gonna say nothing.
let me do my story time.
If you know, as soon as I start talking, you're gonna get mad.
All right, look. I talked about the first story time I did, it was on my first prison fight. The second story time I did was on how I got cheated on. Chanel said that I just was a goofy. I ain't really get cheated on. I just was goofy for real. Yeah, they just was playing with me for real. So that's cool. I take the L. I think how many story times I do? This probably like the third story time. So Chanel had a good idea because I was going to do a series of story times about my prison experience. But instead of just doing it in one line, I'm going to split it up. So I'm going to do different story times. Like today, we're going to talk about how I overdosed on lean. I'm not a crack.
I think that's crackhead tendencies.
Overdosing?
Just the whole...
Just drugging. Like.
There you go. I feel like anything you do outside of alcohol, weed, you're a crackhead.
Damn.
So that's just my philosophy of it.
Yeah, get it from the horse's mouth.
There you go. Crackhead.
I'm gonna let her make. We having Taco Tuesdays. I made the tacos. She prepared me some tacos, and I'm gonna let her go in the room and shut the door so I could do my video, y'all. So I'm gonna tap back in with y'all once I get back. Greek tacos. No, I'm good. So Chanel said she tired of my little sexy lips being ashy, so I gotta use this at least 3 times a day.
How long was you said to me when I told you that?
What'd I say? All the other bitches like it? I did probably say something like that.
I was only going to come use that. I didn't want to be like, you know what? This is it. Finish this shit, y'all.
Now you turning off lights.
Should I warm this up?
No, that was for you.
I know you fucking.
Trying to do a story time, y'all. All right, when you get a chance, can you bring me a napkin, man?
Yeah.
All right, so it was 2012. It was 2012, and it was around the time of the hold on, let me start from the beginning. 2012. One day, my aunt called me and my little cousins, like, yeah, y'all come around the corner, you know what I mean, to the house. So we like, the hell going on? We get to the house, all the family at the house. So we like, what the hell? Why all our family here? So we automatically know something ain't right. So my grandfather, he was pretty much on his last line. He was doing real bad at the time, so he was real sick, so he was doing real bad. So they pretty much was telling us, come say our goodbyes to our grandfather. So, all right, cool. My grandfather passed that night. Mind you, it was a snowstorm, so our street's small, and it was like a blizzard, so couldn't no cars or nothing come like in our little circle where we at. So, of course, my grandfather's body had to stay at the house probably for like a couple days, probably like 3 days. Yeah, like 3 days. So that shit like really was playing with my head. So We was real close. So of course I took it wrong. At the time, I was like the man with the lean. So I was real known for having lean, drinking lean and shit like that in the city. So, but once all that started happening that night, I just started pouring. I drank like 4 ounces just like that. Probably like a couple hours later, another 4. Wow. So now I was at like 8.5 ounces. Mind you, I had it, so I really wasn't tripping. I was drinking. So later on that day, I just kept pouring. I kept pouring. Next thing you know, I was sipping it out my bottle. So I ended up drinking probably like 14 ounces. I drank like 14 ounces a night. Mind you, I had popped a half a perk. I don't take Percocet, so that shit had me like, pew, like I was so high. So like 12:30ish, something like that around that night. My homeboy, he hacking. So, and hack, if y'all not from Baltimore, hack is a lift. But it's no like phones or nothing like that. You stand on the corner and you just do like this. Like a hitchhiking. And somebody pull over a random person like, hey, where you going? Oh, I'm going this, I'm going there, I'm going here. All right, give me $10. All right, cool. That's a hack. That's what we do in Baltimore our whole life since I ever, like, that's all I know is hack. So, man, hacking. So he like, bro, I could take you home, but we got pushed out the snow. So I'm like, all right, bet. Mind you, I'm high as shit off the lane. I'm just fucked up. So we get to his car. He like, start it up and stuff. You just push. So I'm sitting there behind the car. He started the car. He like, push, church, push. So I'm sitting there. Yo, I swear, yo, all I kept thinking about, yo, I just sat there and started laughing. Like, I was like this. Yo, I'm high as shit. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. As soon as I said that, he said he was looking at me all crazy. He said, I just did like this. Pow! Fell straight back on my head. Smacked my head. Feel real good. So bam, I hit the ground, I start seizing. So now that I'm right there having a seizure, my man called an ambulance and stuff. So everybody in my neighborhood start coming out and noticing what's going on. Mind you, I'm laying on the ground like this. I'm a popular person in my neighborhood, so everybody automatically think like something just happened bad to church. They out here running around all ecstatic and stuff like that. Mind you, I'm out cold. So I don't know, from that point on, I don't know anything. I don't remember anything from that point on. Everything I'm about to tell y'all from this point on is what everybody around me told me after all of it was said and done. I'm out. This is what everybody told me. They say I was out cold. Ambulance put me on a gurney, locked me in. All of a sudden, I wakes up. Now, when I wake up, I'm strapped down. Me not knowing what the fuck going on, I just start going crazy. They said, yeah, yelling at the ambulance people, cussing the police out, trying to break out the gurney. So I'm sitting there like, I don't remember none of this. They say I was sitting there trying to bust out, and when I try to bust out, I end up breaking my rotator cuffs, both of them. They said my arm just went like, bow, and then I passed back out. So bam, I pass out. They popped my shoulders back in place. Right there the way they had everybody out just looking at me. I'm going crazy. Mind you, I don't remember none of this. Is what everybody told me. They say my arms popped, and I went back out. They put them back in, put me in the ambulance. I get to the hospital. I wake back up in the hospital and does the exact same thing. Try to fight and get out, and pop my shoulders back out and pass back out. I was in, babe, where shock trauma and stuff at, Maryland? Ain't shock trauma at Maryland? Yeah, University of Maryland. So bang, in there, mind you, this is what everybody else telling me. I'm at University of Maryland. My mother told me after all this done, like, yeah, the doctor told her, like, yeah, your son, like, in the mouth, he overdosed off promethazine and codeine. They had to pump my stomach. I had a seizure. I had like a wound to the back of my head from the fall. I broke both my rotator cuffs twice. And then just, yeah, I think that was pretty much it. So Mom Duke's like, they pretty much saying like, they're not sure when I'm gonna wake up and stuff like that. So mind you, I don't know what the hell going on. I'm knocked out. But everybody around me, like, thinking the worst. Now, all I remember is this. Opening my eyes and seeing my mother on the left side of me just standing over me crying. I don't know how long she was right there. I don't know what was going on, but I just popped up and that was what I was looking at. She hurried up and ran into the hallway, told the people I woke up. They just started running in. Bang. Lady coming, a young nurse coming there. Like, all right, church, mind you, I got a tube this thick. Always is going down that they use to pump my stomach up. So talk, I got, it was something in my penis. Babe, what was that in my penis? What they had in my penis? A catheter. I had a catheter in my penis. So I'm just like this, like bored. I didn't know what was going on. My head was wrapped because I hit my head. Then I had a neck brace on. So I'm just like this. So the lady, like, for us to take the catheter, whatever the fuck that was, whatever to take that out, I gotta show that I'm not paralyzed from the waist down. So she like doing stuff, but I wasn't really feeling it at first. So I start going crazy in my head thinking that shit is over with. Like I'm paralyzed or some shit. Like what the hell happened to me? Why am I even in here? So eventually she tickled like the bottom of my foot. And once I like move a little bit, she grabbed my package like this and just was like, whew. It just ripped it out. I just started pissing everywhere like a water hose, yo. It was like piss everywhere in that room, yo. Like, I had to get a new room probably. But that shit was crazy. Like, they kept grabbing the piss bottles. I was just filling them up and they were just moving. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? My mother just sitting there crying. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, what happened and why I'm in the hospital. So, good, baby. So, mind you, I still can't move nothing like up here because the tube down my throat. I got stuff all in me. So the lady come back up like, in order for me to take that out your throat, you gotta show me that you can move like my hands and stuff. I sat there for minutes, yo, trying to move, but boy, not moving. So I just sat there crying the whole time because I'm trying to figure out like, what the fuck happened that made me can't move my arms and stuff like this. So I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything like far as like none of that. So I'm strapped down and I did like this, like boom. She grabbed it and just poured it out. As soon as she poured it out, I just started ailing anyway. Ugh. They take the neck brace off. My head was like this, big ass headache. So I'm like, somebody tell me what the fuck going on. I'm done my food. I'm done my food.
Me too.
You wanna take my plate in there for me,
I
darling?
don't think I have a choice. That was the whole point of you telling me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So don't even. This was not too bad. It was hot as shit though.
For real, they said it was like jalapeno or something.
You told
Look
me.
at the box. I said it was jalapeno.
It was sauce.
It is, but it was like a dipping sauce.
Hot sauce.
My lip hot. I'm teasy right now.
Why you putting no waters in the freezer? I'm just asking.
You just want to fuss about. You got a whole water in the freezer and you still ask me why I ain't. Like, you just want to start something with me, don't you? Mark, you want to start some shit.
When you answer the question.
I didn't put no water in there because you already had a water in there.
You saw me put that in there?
I look in the freezer and when I go in the freezer and I see a bottom.
My God, listen.
Now you say my guy. You ain't even know that.
Hey.
Now she say my guy.
Before you knew I poured this water out just now, you knew I put it in there?
No, my boy.
So why you got to sit up here? Why you didn't put water in the freezer?
I forgot, man. It slipped my mind. But you drinking water out the freezer right now. And you still got something to say about me not putting a bottle of water in the freezer. But you already had one in there. That I seen.
You did not.
I did. Remember when we was eating last night? I went straight in the freezer and grabbed your water.
Well, you don't believe your own lies.
Where were I way? Them tacos was good. All right. Now I wake up. I wake up from the little mild coma. I think I was out like, I want to say 12 hours. I don't know, a couple hours. But I asked motherfuckers, what's going on? Like, what the fuck happened? Did I get shot up or something? Like, what? Everybody started coming to see me. Once they figured I woke up, they started coming in and telling me what happened. So my man that was with me, he like, bro, you were just standing there. I told you to push the car. You start laughing at me and say, yo, I'm high as shit. And you just fell straight out. He said, that's exactly what happened. So that was 2012. That was the last time. It's 22. So that was like a big one for me too. I love lean. I was so mad that I had to stop it, but that shit was gonna kill me. After that, I don't know, I just changed a little bit. I changed a little bit. My hood was mad at me. They was on my ass. Like, I couldn't drink no Sprites, anything that looked like any lean in it. They used to slap it down. They was not letting me kill myself like that. But I love them for it. But yeah, I ain't drank lean in a while. I ain't drank lean in a while. I don't even think about it really, because every time I think about it, I think about that night. The funniest part about all that, y'all, I don't remember none of it. Like, it's something so drastic happened in your life and you could just not know what happened. Everybody told me these stories. I'm like, what? They like, yo, you was talking to your, they said I hit my father. They said I was cussing everybody out, telling them why they ain't helping me. People trying to take me whole time. They telling me that's the ambulance. Chill out, you tripping. Thinking there's people trying to kidnap me. I'm like, yo, I was tripping. Like they say, yo, you kept saying, hold on. My sister calling me. I thought that was my sister-in-law, that was my nephew, but yeah, that shit changed me, bro. But yeah, they said I was like talking to like my grandparents that passed, saying I want to go with them and shit. Like, yo, I was like, yo, I don't remember none of it. I don't know if that's good or bad, but take notes, y'all. I made it through a lot of shit. This just one of them. I got a lot of shit to tell y'all. Y'all really get to know me.